Hope you tried Paladin. I tried Paladin once, and it was like a fatigue Paladin. Like, Ragnaros the Light Lord trying to outlast my opponent. So my opponent gets to turn 10, drops Yogg Saron. He has like 2 cards left in his deck. It gangs up itself 3 times. And I'm trying to fatigue this guy. So now every card he draws is Yogg Saron for the next 10 turns. And he just slowly kills me with it as I'm trying to fatigue him. I was kind of pissed. It was like the most tilting experience. Crane took the Pyros pack out of his patron list. Yeah, I never had them in there to begin with. I always assumed they would just be bad, but people were doing well with them, so I want to try it at least. It's all for science. New format. Let's play Zoo and Patron. Ellie giggle. Hey man, the archetypes aren't very different. Like, it's really hard to play that many different archetypes of Hearthstone, right? So it's really hard for them to come up with a new one when there was already like 12 viable archetypes in Hearthstone. And they did with Cthulhu. Cthulhu's a new archetype, but this sure isn't. We gotta save Pyro for the Unleash the Tentacles, which will inevitably come. Sounds weird. This guy is about to become really powerful. It's very scary. I just execute it. It's looking at me funny. So if he unleashes the tentacles, he makes 4 tentacles, he gets 4 attack, so it hits for 5. I guess we'll make him unleash the... execute's our only spell, so we need him to unleash the tentacles first, and then we can kill it. So, like, this guy gets real big real fast after you summon a minion, gain +1 attack. So he can spend all of his mana to make 4 tentacles and get in there. Not too bad. Alright, we can make a 2/2. Deal 2 damage to that guy with the Wild Pyromancer, make a 2/2, and gain some armor while doing it. We can't gain cards while doing it. I don't want to use the Pyro that badly unless I'm cycling a bunch of cards. I think I'd rather just, at this point, tempo execute. Make a 2/2. Probably just make a 2/2. I don't know, tempo execute doesn't even seem that bad. This is coming down for sure. The question is if I want to execute or not. I think I will just take an extra card. Draw last feels bad. Okay. I'll hold the minion. We can play Sea Giant, but we have an execute. Alright, what are we doing here? Something good. I like this card, but... Alright, so we can do this, that, and that. We can draw cards with it if we want, but then we're not killing this guy. Is it better to draw cards, or is it better to actually kill the guy? It's probably better to kill the guy. Just get him off the board, right? We lose the Wild Pyro, though. Yeah, maybe it's not even better to kill the guy. I should have drawn cards. Ah, God, I'm still asleep. We lose the Wild Pyromancer and a 2/1 for the cost of using a spell to kill a 4/3? That sounds so bad. I changed my mind. I should have played Acolyte. Sloppy. Now, thank God we saved the execute. Okay, we can just trade, execute, cool. Seems good. Could've went face. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Holy shit. Why do I play? So bad. Alright. Missed 3 damage in the face. 5 damage on the face, actually, right? Because the other guy had 1 health? No, he had 3 health. I had 2 health. Alright. I literally woke up 7 seconds ago, you know? Like... Cut me some slack. My brain is jello. Don't worry, I think we'll still win this game though, just because our deck's like simply so much favored against the new Zoo. I like like Patron a lot. I think it's a good deck. I mean, hasn't changed much, right? That guy needs to die for tentacles, kind of, but there's too much value here. He didn't tentacles earlier. I think I'll take these trades and let it be. We could have bumped into this first. Forgot that it would get bigger with the Imp Gang boss. The most competitive decks currently appear to be Miracle, Patron, Zoo, all countered by Control Warrior. Except Miracle might not even be. Double Gadgets and Double Tomb Pillager might be Control Warrior. But then ladder does not reflect the strongest decks, right? Ladder reflects the most popular decks. The most popular decks are not the strongest decks. I told you that guy was going to get really big when he made the tentacles. We had to sacrifice something to it, so he may play the tentacles. And now we can get the tentacles out of the way here with the this play. Just draw an extra card. I don't really need more armor. And load up the board. And it's game over. How's Priest? Priest seems okay. The problem is Rogue is so strong, which makes Priest a little bit worse. Priest will always win in fatigue matchups with Entomb, especially if it's a Cthulhu fatigue on Cthulhu. Like Cthulhu on Cthulhu decks, Priest will always win because you have the threat of being able to entomb their Cthulhu. So they need to kill you with their Cthulhu when they play it, which means you need to be like 6 cards ahead in fatigue on them, and that just like doesn't happen. Let me end my turn. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. Wild Parameter seems like a good tech if you're targeting Zoo. Might keep it in there, you know, just for that purpose.